Monday, July 30th, 2018.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You have a minute to approve.
I do. I have 3 sets of minutes there.
So moved. You make a motion to approve the minutes of July
16th, okay.
Second.
Mr. Monahan?
Yeah.
Mr. Shenigo?
Well, I really don't have anything to report on, to be honest with you.
How'd your vacation go?
It's very warm out there.
There you go.
I mean, I did put it in my weekly report, and then I know I copied you guys all on the casino taxes. I mean, usually we've been getting less money every year. So this year we're actually ahead of last year's numbers by roughly about 2.5% through 3 quarters, and if that holds, we'll get maybe an extra 23,000 this year compared to last year, which again is kind of it's bucking the usual trend of a downtrend, so it's actually gone up a little bit.
How much is
Last year we got was just a little under, and it'll still probably be under 900,000. We'll get for the year.
I didn't think it was
Yeah. No.
that. Now that.
But I think 865 was our budget.
Now, we're gonna get about that much on this Nexus pipeline starting in 20. And I've noticed that the schools are saying that they'll actually, the state will come back once that money comes in and then reduce the state allocation accordingly.
Well, the state is the one, this is based on the property tax.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So ours won't
the
get
state
reduced.
sets it. We don't set it here.
No, I'm not talking about that. Let's say the school gets $2 million. I thought the Margaret school treasurer, some one of them said that they get that money, then you know how the state gives money to the schools? They'll reduce the money from the schools by that amount.
Just
of
like they
money.
did with the lottery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They won't reduce
But
that
that-
total amount of money.
But
They'll
that-
reduce, they'll reduce some of that, but not by the total amount. In other words, if Margaretta gets, what do they get, 5.2 million or something like that, the state would probably come in and reduce a portion of that, but they would still end up getting a big chunk of that.
Yeah, and it's my understanding that the numbers for the first 5 years will hold fairly steady, but after that, they will drop like a rock.
Why?
It's a depreciable asset.
I thought it was on the product going through is what.
No, it's the value of the line.
Huh.
It's a piece of property. Kind of like personal property tax.
What is the total that we
But
get?
it's based on what's called, the state public utility property taxes. Say like, all the property Ohio Edison or Columbia Gas, the phone companies have in Erie County. The state sets all of those values. And then, of course, the auditor sends out their property tax bills and those utilities, and they pay them. And that's part of our property tax base. But we don't, but like say the auditor sets values on residential and commercial properties. Auditor does not set values on public utility properties.
So what would we end up getting here? Did I see something on
Something like that,
the county?
something like that.
But I don't think they come in and cut us.
No.
They cut the schools, unfortunately. The schools are being cut, the money that they'll get from Nexus by a portion of property tax. I'm not sure how that actually goes. But
Yeah.
When I talked to one of the treasurers, they said they will get a good portion of that, but they'll also lose a good portion.
Of the regular state funding?
Yeah, because of the state funding. So,
Oh, that's
I don't think that's fair, but
That's Columbus for you. So, yeah, And I know we had a discussion, Mr. Jeffrey told us about this fact that after the first several years, you'll do okay, but after that, you can't count on that number, it's really gonna drop. So we shouldn't go out and take that money and spend it like it's gonna continue to come in every year. It's not. We should really take the majority of it and stick it away for like one-time purposes. Could be, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, and they won't be the only one. I mean, Edison schools and Perkins, yeah.
Perkins, I think, gets 1.4 million, but then that'll be cut first year. Probably down to.
Yeah, who knows? I mean, that's up to the State Department of Taxation, how they deal with that. Don't know.
Is there resolutions?
Resolution of the Board of County Commissioners of Erie County, Ohio, authorizing the county auditor to make the budget modification.
Second.
Mr. Monahan?
Yes.
Mr. Shenango?
Yes.
Resolution of the Board of County Commissioners of Erie County for the purpose of entering into an agreement with U.S. Bank Equipment Finance.
Second.
Mr. Monahan?
Yes.
Mr. Shenango?
Resolution of the Board of County Commissioners of Erie County, Ohio, authorizing the county auditor to make interfund transfers.
Second.
Mr. Monahan?
Yes.
Mr. Shenango?
Yes.
Resolution of the Board of County Commissioners of Erie County establishing an installment schedule of payments for sanitary sewer tap fees servicing property located at River Road, Erie, Ohio. Tax ID number 5100126000 and 5100135000.
Mr. Monahan?
Yes.
Mr. Shenango?
Resolution of Board of County Commissioners of Erie County, Ohio, for the purpose of entering into an agreement with Erie Blacktop.
Mr. Monahan?
Yes.
Mr. Shenango?
Yes.
That's all part of it.
Yes. Yep.
Resolution of Board of County Commissioners of Erie County, Ohio, authorizing county auditor to make budget modifications with supplemental appropriations.
Mr. Monahan?
Yes.
Mr. Shenango?
Resolution of the Board of County Commissioners of Erie County for the purpose of approving a transfer of funds.
Mr. Monahan?
Yes.
Mr. Shenango?
Yes.
Resolution of Board of County Commissioners of Erie County, Ohio, for the purpose of declaring certain Erie County equipment surplus and ordering the same to be sold by internet auction.
Second.
Mr. Monahan?
Yes.
Mr. Shenango?
Entering into an agreement with Brewer Group Architecture and Engineering for renovations at the Meadows Dodgewood Park.
Mr. Monahan?
Yes.
Mr. Shenango?
Yes.
Entering into an agreement amendment with the U.S. Insurance Investment.
Mr. Monahan?
Yes.
Mr. Shenango?
Declaring certain items surplus and ordering same to be discarded or sold.
Second.
Mr. Monahan?
Yes.
Mr. Shenango?
Entering into an agreement with Brewer Group Architecture
Mr. Monahan? Mr. Shenigo?
Authorizing drawing of warrants, payment of contract.
Mr. Monahan? Mr. Shenigo?
Entering into an agreement between the Old Career Center and Erie County Sheriff.
Mr. Monahan? Mr. Shenigo?
Entering into an agreement regarding annual ditch maintenance assessments on benefited property owners in Sandusky and Erie County joint ditches for Ohio Revised Code 6137-06.
Mr. Monahan?
Yeah.
Mr. Shenigo?
Entering into an agreement with the State of Ohio Department of Youth Services.
Mr. Monahan? Mr. Shenigo?
Entering into an agreement for the purpose of entering into agreement with Erie Blacktop.
Mr. Monahan?
Yeah.
Mr. Shenigo?
Entering into a contract between the North Point Educational Services Center and the Erie County Sheriff.
Mr. Monahan? Mr. Shenigo?
Yes.
Authorizing the county auditor to make interfund transfers.
Mr. Monahan?
Yes.
Mr. Shenigo?
Authorizing payment to community hospitals for payment of supplies provided to the sheriff's office.
Mr. Monahan? Mr. Shenigo? Okay, that's it.
Oops, there's no discussion.
Mr. Shenigo?
Yes.
Mr. Monahan?
So how was the Coal Creek celebration?